Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The time once again is already 12:30 p.m. right now. Today, we're gathering right here to discuss or to delve or to dive into a very important topic that have already affected many of us, including me and myself, which once again, as what is going to be shown at the screen right here, the myopia. Yep. But before we begin, let me tell you once again that this is going to be a very exciting and also enlightening discussions for our public health talk sessions conducted by the professionals. Yep. Now, without further ado or further delay, let us welcome our esteemed guest of the day, a visionary leader in the field of vision care, the head of Vision SBU Southeast Asia from the prestigious ZEISS Group. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, put your hands together to welcome Mr. Paul Ho.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, for your information, Mr. Paul Ho is having really a wealth of experience and also knowledge that he is going to share with all of us right here today. Am I right, Mr. Paul Ho?
Yeah, of course. On top of that, I'm also a parent of 2 daughters. So I think it's also good for me to share my experience with you, how to really manage my kids' visions, and especially to most of the parents, you also would like to know more about it.
That's right, Mr. Paul Ho. But before we begin to the serious stuff, let me remind all of us right here once again that this is not going to be a boring lecture, okay? This is not going to be a dull session. We wanted to make this session as engaging and also as interactive as possible, right? So once again, if you guys are having any burning questions or you are having any pop-ups question in your mind during the talk, okay? Please feel free to raise your hands up and express the question out to us, okay? Yeah, so now back to Mr. Ho. We are really excited and also thrilled for your presence to be right here with us today at IOI City Mall East Court, okay? To talk more about the topic of myopia control, because I believe that it is an undeniable fact that the myopia is actually a growing concern, a growing issue, especially in the Southeast Asia region, which Malaysia is having located right here, okay? So we can't really wait, and we are really excited to hear your insights, your point of view, your perspective on how exactly can we tackle this issue effectively, right? So before we dive in, Mr. Ho, can you share a little bit about yourself and also share some of your journey in the vision care?
Thank you, MC. So just to quickly introduce myself to the audience and to everyone. My name is Paul. I'm 44 years old, married with 2 daughters, and my 2 lovely daughters are here today to give me some support. Thank you, my lovely.
You don't look like having 3 children. Actually, you still look quite young, I believe.
Yeah. And when back to my profession, actually I've been working with ZEISS already coming to 21 years. And I myself work in this optical industry is already coming to 23rd years.
I see.
Throughout my whole journey, actually I really see a lot of development in the optical industry. Also see a lot of the awareness from the consumer public and also the parents about short-sighted, about myopia, about eye care.
Yeah.
I think this is really the right time or right initiative that Focus Point having this APEC 360 to really create the awareness to the public. What is really the right consumer consultation journey that Focus Point can offer?
Yeah, that's right. Fantastic, Mr. Paul. Thank you for the self-introduction. Now, to all the audience right here, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we are already having a little bit of understanding on who exactly is this Mr. Paul Ho sitting right in front of us, okay? Definitely a professional in the myopia field, okay, the myopia control field. So, Mr. Paul Ho, should we dive into the topic of the day?
Yep. So, good morning, good afternoon again to all the parents, audience, and I would like to take this opportunity to also to encourage those people walking around. If you would like to know more about what is myopia, how really myopia can affect our life, and not just only about our life, it's our kids' life. So the whole idea of today's sharing is not educate you to just taking care of your own eyes, but most important thing is to give your child a better outlook on life.
That's right.
Why is child? I think this is a question if I ask to all the parents, first thing that come into their mind is that, of course, children is our baby, right? It's something important in our heart.
Yeah, definitely.
And most important thing is, children is our future. That's why focus on children is really focus our future. The future for our own next generation, the future for our country for the next 50 or few decades that development. So it's important about eyesight. Because without the proper taking care of their own eyesight, it might affect their development, their physical development, their education development, and also the future development. So we just take a step back, okay, about what is myopia actually. Most of us know that, myopia is a scientific name of short-sighted, or in Malay we call short-sighted, Rapunzel or 近视. But let's look at myopia. Nowadays, myopia is not just only a vision problem. 它不单只是眼睛视力的问题, okay? It's not just only a vision problem. It's really become a global issues. And I can show you some scientific data. Why we call it this is really become a global issues. Myopia actually is really on the rise. Okay? It's increasing a lot, especially in the past 10 to 15 years in East Asia countries. So in East Asia, you can see there's the highest prevalence for myopia in East Asia country, and so almost more than 80% is already reaching up to 90% for those teenagers are 20 years old and below are having short-sighted.
Okay.
And by looking at that, right, on the average, 6 years old kids who are having short-sighted is already reached up to 15%. And when they grow up to 7 to 10 years old, it's already 36% of them are short-sighted. And when they reach to secondary school, it's already close to 80%. So you can see the numbers of short-sighted kids is really increasing. Why?
That's right.
Why they're increasing? I think one of the common questions in all of us or in the parents' mind is that my kids have short-sighted, 他们近视. I let them wear spectacle, 给他们戴眼镜. How come the power still increasing?
That is exactly one of the issues that I'm facing during my teenage age of 11 to 17 as well.
And probably your parents also might tell you the same thing. Boy, don't wear spectacle most of the time, because the longer hour you wear, the higher the power you increase.
That's right.
Okay, this is really a myth, okay, to all of us. But what is the real fact behind it? That's the scientific behind it. So later on, I'm going to share with you why this happened.
I think that is one of the typical advice by the Asian parents especially.
And the numbers I show you just now actually is a study conducted in China. I mean, some of us say, it happened in China, nothing to do with Malaysia. Then how about Malaysia? So this graph actually just to show you the myopia prevalence in the rest of the country. And you look at it, Malaysia is already reached up to 34%. It's almost 1/3 of the kids who reach up to 15 years old already short-sighted, especially in the urban city, like big city like Kuala Lumpur, Penang, Johor Bahru. So which means this is really on the rising trend. And with that, even though the World Health Organization, WHO, they predict by the year of 2050, 50% of the population will be short-sighted. 50% means that every 1 out of 2 people will be short-sighted. Do you guys think this is really something serious? Can you imagine now by 2050, mean now it's 2024, right? Another 26 years later, everyone becomes everyone becomes short-sighted wearing spectacles. So with that, we have to do something how to prevent the myopia percentage, the myopia case keep on increasing, and how are we going to slowing down the progression or the increase of the power for the kids?
That's right.
Why this is important? Because we also have to understand, just now I did mention, when the kids having short-sighted wearing spectacles like the little girl here, when her power keep on increasing, it will affect their development. Their development either in educations or physical. Of course, if your education not doing well, it might also affect their future development as well. But what are the risks of the complication if having myopia? Let's take a step back, look at this. We, as a human, okay, when we were born as a baby, we will grow, right? 我们会长大. So when the baby time, we always measure. We measure what? We measure our body weight. So every 1 month, 3 months, 5th month, or every month we measure the weight from 3 kg, 5 kg, 10 kgs. And from babies to become a toddler or kids, what we measure? We measure the height. The kids is excited, like my daughter always say, daddy, I reached 1 meter, then 1.1, 1.2. This is how they progress, how they grow in their life. But how about vision? Are we really measure the vision or the eyes of our kids? But just for everyone know, our eyeball is part of our body. When
That's
we
right.
grow, we growing higher, taller, our eyeball will grow.
That's right.
Of course, how does this growth will link to the myopia progression? This is something I'm going to share with you later on.
Okay.
So as of now, is there any questions from the audience you would like to ask? Please feel free to do so, because we try to make it more interactive rather than I'm just talking alone here. So if you have questions, you can ask in any kind of language.
That's right. If you are trying to ask, right, you can personally ask me to go to your place. You tell me the question, I'll raise it up, okay?
All right. Okay. There's a standard process when the kids is growing, when our eyes is growing. All right. When it's called immetropolization. Immetropolization means that when we are growing, our eyeball will grow. So this graph is to show you that how the eyeball looks like for a different eyesight people. The middle one is called immetropic, which is called perfect eyesight. Something the person like me, perfect eyesight, I don't need eyeglasses so far. So when the perfect eyesight, you can see when the image, oh by the way, this is an eyeball. When the image come into your eyes, you form onto the retina, so you can see the image sharp, is perfect eyesight. But if you are nearsighted or short-sighted or myopic, your eyeball is either too long or your ocular system is too short. So the image is fall in front of the retina. That's why you can see, when you see far, it's blur. So that's why in Chinese we all say, oh, 近视, 近视. That means that the near you can see. 近 you can see, but the far you cannot see. At the same time, we also have hyperopic, 远视, rabun jiao, which is also the image will fall behind the retina. So I'm showing you this just to let you know that just now we did mention why the kids after wearing eyeglasses, the power keep increasing.
Yeah.
Because first thing, it's part of the immetropolization. We are growing, the eyebrow also growing. The standard eyeball size on adult is on average is about 24 mm.
I see.
So let me ask the parents. Parents, do you know what is the actual eyeball length of your kids?
Yep. Any parents aware of the answers?
I can tell you, none of us or none of you will know unless you send your kids to have an XL length eye check. Unless you are the God, you make your baby, you know, okay, this is a dimension I want to make.
I see.
But as I say, kids, the eyeball eyes will increase, will elongate when they are growing. So if you would like to know what is the length of your eyeball size, you can go to that machine. We have the machine there called IOL Master. This is the machine to check your XL length. You can see your eyeball length. Is it matched to the normal average standard or is slightly longer?
That's right.
Just for your information, our eyeball, when it's in perfect eyesight shape, it looks like a ping pong ball. It's round. But if you are getting short-sighted, 近视, your eyeball will become more and more longer. From a ping pong ball, it now looks like a chicken egg. The worst case could become a snake egg. It become very long.
Yeah. So Mr. Paul, I have a question right here. So this means to say that the myopia issue will come to one person, especially at a stage where the eyeball is growing larger and larger, isn't it?
The answer is yes or no. Yes and no. Okay, yes and no. Yes is because, of course, no is because not everyone will get short-sighted, you get myopic.
Yeah, that's right.
Our eyebrow is growing, as long as it's growing as per normal. If you, let's say, if like myself, when I was a kid, I never wear eyeglasses. I don't have short-sighted. When I'm growing up, accordingly to the immunizations, so don't wear eyeglasses. But there are also some other external factor or some factor will affect the myopic development. So later on, I'm going to share with you. This is something. After that, you can go back. Did you did this in the past or not when you are young? Right?
Okay. So what I wanted to know one more thing is that the immetropolization process. Around which age of a human it will be like gradually slowing down already?
Normally, it's starting from the baby.
Okay.
And not on average. Let's talk about stabilize. When we say stabilize,
correct.
When we reach up to 20, 21 years old, when after the teenager age.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So just now I answered, I told you it could be, there are also some other external factor that affected your myopia possibility. Number one is due to your individual characteristic, including your gene, your races, and your gender as well.
Okay.
Number two is the lifestyle and environment. These two things mainly referring to first, outdoor activities.
I see.
Okay, are we spending more time on outdoor activities? Okay, nowadays I think in the urban area, most of the kids, they play games at home. You ask how many of them that spend more than 2 hours outdoor activities per day?
Very, very less, I would say.
Unless you still stay in Kampong, could be lah. Okay, but there's something, I think because of the digital world, everyone now is go for mobile game, iPad, iPhone.
Just one tap away, then we can actually explore more world already. So I believe that a lot of people now, like they prefer to stay indoor nowadays, and that's a growing issue.
Yes. Another factor is the near work time. What does it mean by near work time? Yeah, I know as a parent, daddy, mommy, you are very kanchiong about your kids' study. So most of the time we try to encourage them to study more, study harder, study smarter. So look at our kids nowadays. After they came back from school, right, what they did? Besides, they have their probably 15 minutes to 30 minutes to shower, to rest. After that, they start tuition online. After tuition online, some of them maybe they go outdoor, go to online tuition school. They're also using computer, using iPad.
That's right.
After that, after their shower, dinner, they start to play games or do some revision. So all these are relevant to near work.
That's right.
So this is also another factor that affected the progression of myopia as well. And with that, we also have 3 type of category of risk. Who are the people will get lower risk, medium risk, or higher risk for myopia?
Okay.
Of course, it will be determined by your genetic, outdoor activities, and amount of near work. If your parents, both of them are no myopic, not short-sighted.
Okay.
And you spend a lot of time outdoor, more than 2 hours per day, and less near work. So you are a low risk.
I see. Okay.
But what if you have either one of your parents, either mother or father, are short-sighted? Your risk, because of genetic, will be slightly higher. And with lesser outdoor and more near work, you are considered moderate risk.
Okay.
But if you have both parents are myopic, and very seldom have any outdoor activities, and study a lot, study very hard, then these are the high risk group.
I see.
So these are the basic, I would say, the guideline, general guideline. Okay? How to assess whether this kid is from high risk, low risk, or moderate risk. Normally, I think genetic is somehow play an important role. So if you know, like for your case, now you are young, right? In future, if you get married, you have a kids, most likely your kids will classify as consider as
either moderate or
high. Okay? If they spend more time on outdoor, could be low risk. But if they study very hard, play a lot of smartphone, then maybe really become the high risk.
So there's still a rescue plan, right? That's why we are having this topic, the myopia control.
That's why for myopia, I think there are 2 things we need to look at it later on. Also going to touch about that topic is prevention and management. This is just to show you what will be the impact if our eyeball is given elongate. This I mentioned, this is a perfect eye, emmetropic eyes. When image fall on your retina or fovea, you can see perfect eyesight.
Okay.
And your myopic eye, which you can see from the shape, is the longer than the normal eyes. And the image from in front of the retina. So probably we also try, let me ask the audience here. Do you know what's the consequences if your power keep increasing, your eyeball keep elongate, become longer? What will be the impact to your eyes?
Wearing glasses?
Besides wearing glasses is considered one of the external impact because you have thick lenses, right? Not so good in cosmetic. But what will be the impact in terms of eye health? A lot of people don't know, actually, including myself. If I'm not in this industry, if not because our company really focus on myopia management topic, how to really invest time and effort to analyze, to understand more,
Yeah.
we will know. We will not know. Then let me show you this short video. You can see what will be the impact. So this is our eyes. This is our eyeball. This is a normal eyeball.
Okay.
This is a retina. See, when the power growing from -8, -10, -11, the eyeball become longer and longer. When it become longer, you can see your retina start to have problem.
Okay.
Degeneration of the retina. And how will it affect your vision?
I see. It is getting bigger distance.
Not just only blur the vision, but when you reach to the maximum, I mean your retina will tear.
Oh, it also
But then
blacken the vision as
when
well.
retina tear or detach, your whole image gone. It's be fully blacked out.
I see.
Just imagine the LED screen we are looking at, right? So can you imagine the center part of the screen has been damaged? So
I
completely
see.
black out. And when this completely black out, do you still have a chance to repair it? Yes, but the chance is very, very minimal. So the question is that why we have to wait until the problem happens, that only we have to think how to really rescue our son, our daughters. As a parent, actually, it's our role as well. How can we really ensure the kids have a proper taking care of their eyesight? And what will be the role of the parent to make sure they're really growing healthily and
that's
happily?
right. Yeah.
This is also for your information. Every single one diopter, normally we measure power is in diopter scientifically, but
Okay.
in layman term, we always say 100, 200, 300.
Yeah.
So this is every 100 you increase.
One
this will be the
diopter meaning 100
Yeah.
power, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
one diopter means 100. So you will increase your chance to get problem of macular glaucoma. Glaucoma means 青光眼, cataract, by nature, and also retina detachment. So can you imagine now your power, let's say, is -3. When you increase from -3 to -4, -5, -6, every single step increase.
Yeah.
You are going, when the power increase higher and higher,
Okay.
your risk also higher and higher.
I see.
And
Okay,
until
okay.
one day it could be pop.
You get it.
And a lot of eye diseases is no pain. You cannot feel the pain. Glaucoma, 青光眼, no pain at all. But after you feel something, there's already could be too late. Retina, last week, 2 weeks ago when I was in Penang, I spoke to one of my customers. There was a kid, 10 years old boy.
Okay.
Only -2 the power, 200, 200. Very low, right?
Yeah.
So is it low risk or high risk?
Low.
Ideally, it should be low risk, right?
Yeah.
But the kids already started to have the scratch, the tear, the retina already have problem. It start to tearing off.
So meaning to say the kid actually seeing some blackish vision already, just like the video just now, isn't it?
So that's the thing. How many of us as a
Yeah.
parent really bring your kids to have a detailed, comprehensive eye check? Yeah, I know. All of us, we bring the kids to the optical shop. Sometimes they make eyeglasses, but
Yeah.
they're just a basic screening.
Yeah.
So what we want to do together in ZEISS with Focus Point is using the opportunity by showcase our technology to promote the awareness to the consumer.
Yeah.
Because it's not a normal eye screening. It's more than that. It's a comprehensive eye checking because we can check your glaucoma, your eye pressure level. We can see your retina by using the fundus camera.
Yeah.
We can measure your axial length, the eyeball. How long is your eyeball? Is it normal or below normal with our IO Master?
That's
So I
right.
also strongly encourage the audience here. Either you bring your kids, or maybe somehow you can bring your parents, our parents, your great parents. Because when people getting old, these are also could be the risk for them.
That's right.
And don't forget yourself, because sometimes we too lovely we care about others, we forgot ourselves. So
remember
make sure,
remember to love yourself as well.
yeah. Before you can taking care of others, make sure you can taking care of yourself first.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So then we come back to the myopia management. Honestly, if you talk about control, are we really can control the myopia? The answer is no. We can't control it, but we can manage.
Okay.
Just like, can you control your kids? Sorry to say that, cannot. We cannot control kids, but we can manage them. So same as myopia. So for myopia management, there are several methods available in the market. Of course, one of it is called autokeratology. It's a special design hard contact lenses. If the kids wear it and sleep overnight, then the next day it can see clearly without spectacle for probably 8 to 10 hours. So this is one type of method for myopia management. Second type is soft contact lenses.
Okay.
The third is pharmaceutical methods. So there's a special medicine called atropine. So atropine is a lot of eye center. They're also using atropine for myopia management.
Okay.
And the fourth type are spectacle lenses, which is eyewear. And another one, a lot of people forgot outdoor activities.
Outdoor activity.
A lot of parents think that, I already give the best to my daughter, to my kids, then how come the power still increase? But most of the time, they study 24 hours inside the room.
Yes,
Outdoor
that's
activities.
right.
Please don't forget about that.
Yeah.
So for my side, I would like to emphasize a little bit about this. Because a lot of parents also have the wrong perception. Hey, my kid's already wearing eyeglasses. How come power is still increasing, right? Normal spectacle lenses is only for myopia corrections, which means only to help you to see clear. No additional features about myopia management as well. So like normal single vision lenses, if you're short-sighted, you're wearing single vision. Either you can wear spectacle or contact lens. Somehow you want to be looks good, like go for any dinner, then you're probably wearing contact lenses, right?
That's right.
But when coming to myopia progression management, these are the methods I mentioned just now. Of course, I will emphasize more on spectacle lens, because why spectacle lens? These are the method whereby it will direct contact with your eyes. So the kids or the parent need to spend extraordinary care. But spectacle lenses is the most safest way because it's non-invasive, so nothing contact with your eyes. And it'll be easy to manage as well. So, but a lot of people don't realize about this thing, because when coming to spectacle lenses, there's also one point it has to be very important, the fitting.
Okay.
So if you want to make sure the myopia management is really successful and working well, you have to make sure you choose the right frame.
Okay.
The frame cannot be too small, cannot be too big. It has to be at the right size and fit to the kids. Second thing is centration, fitting. One lens only have one optical center. Optical center means it's the zone, that the point that allow the most sharpest vision to come into your eyes.
Okay.
So that's why every lenses, most of the time, we make sure the centration, the fitting is really accurate. How to ensure the fitting is accurate? Go to the backside here. We have two machines. One is called eye terminal 2 and one is VisuFit. We are using technology to ensure all the lens fitting on the case, on the patient, to the customer, it has to be 100% fit.
That's
because
right.
If your fitting is not right, your vision will be disturbed, your vision will be affected.
That's right, that's right.
The other part is about position of wear. You know kids, somehow when at house, they behave like kids. Sometimes, especially boy, when come into the school, the mommy always scold them, when you go to school like monkey, become monkey king. So monkey king, somehow they're very active, right? How are they to ensure the spectacle is sitting at the right position? Maybe after they come back from school, the spectacle already sang it.
That's right.
So from time to time, you have to ensure the spectacle is really sitting well and fitting well. Then if you are not sure, you have to bring them back to the optical shop or to focus point to have a better adjustment.
I see, okay.
So the summary of today is, technically, myopic is a big topic. Not just only the job of optometrists, it's also the job of the parents, how the parents really can support to ensure your kids have a better myopia management. So these are the 5 points from prevention, identification, diagnostic, evaluation, and monitoring. Sound like a very long process. But what the parents can help, actually preventions. So these are the whole process. If you go to focus point, for myopia management progress, this will be the whole floor. From identify your eye health, your background, your risk, then slowly what kind of lenses solution suitable, and then follow up. Sound very complicated, right? So no worry, this is not for you. This is just to let you know that what focus point going to do for you. But for you, what you need to do is prevention.
That's right. That's
Make
right.
sure let your kids have more outdoor activities, okay? Try to minimize the near work. Yes, I know they need to study, they need to do revision, okay?
Yeah.
Try to balance between near work and outdoor. Most important thing is that bring them to have annually checkup at least 1 time per year at least.
I see.
If not, you will not know what kind of risk that your kids will have.
That's right, that's right.
So of course, when coming to bring them to have an annual checkup, where should you bring? Definitely, this will be focus point. Here today, we have 360 APEC. And not just only today. Actually, you go to focus point, most of the focus point already have well-equipped. There are 180 optometrists, okay, nationwide. Go to focus point, have a TTI check. They can provide you the advanced primary eye care to have a more comprehensive eye check to let you know better about your eye health condition and also the eye health condition for your kids.
That's right.
So with that, I conclude my talk for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much to you, Mr. Paul Ho. So do we have any questions from the ground? Yeah. If no, then I have just one question, okay? Yeah, can you, because you are so experienced in this industry already and you have seen a lot of kids with myopia problems, some lack of preventions, awareness by the parents. So from your experience, what do you think is the potential impact of myopia on especially kids or students on their academic performance and also their overall quality of life?
Okay, I think really a huge impact. Let me share with you one of the real life experience.
Yeah, that's
a
even
lot of
better.
parents, most of the parents cannot accept the fact my kids is short-sighted. Ask yourself, when you first time you told your parents, oh, mommy, I got short-sighted. 什么? Why?
Yeah.
你可以看到黑板吗? Can you see the blackboard? Honestly, if your son cannot see the blackboard, it's already considered blind.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he can see the blackboard, but he cannot see the writing clear. 你
that's
看得
right.
清楚吗?
That's right, that's
So, but a
right.
lot of parents always scold the kids. Huh? Can you see the blackboard? Of course, he can see the blackboard. They cannot see the blackboard, blind, totally blind.
The question is not specific enough
Yes.
by the parents.
Yeah. Second thing is that parents, okay, don't feel malu, shame. Okay, nothing wrong with the kids who wearing spectacle.
That's right.
It's part of the normal process nowadays. Because as I show you, moving forward, nowadays Malaysia teenagers already 1/3 is having short-sighted.
That's
In
right.
2050 could be 50% or more. But important thing is that make sure that you are taking care of their vision and provide the right solutions, right? And also the right management method to make sure their power is not really increasing so fast.
That's right. That's
So
right.
the method of myopia management also give another explanation to the parents. It's not saying that, oh, today, let's say you buy a pair of myopia management lenses to the kids, the power will stop.
Yeah.
The objective is not stop. Why cannot stop? Because they are still growing. The eyebrow is still growing. When
That's
eyebrow
right,
is
that's
growing, your power is still growing. The job for the optometrist is to slow down the myopia progression, slow down,
Correct.
放缓.
Correct.
For example, on average per year, one kid's the power might increase 1 diopter per year, average, between 6 to 12. But instead of increase 1 diopter, maybe you slow down, increase 0.75 or 0.5. This is considered a successful myopia management because you slow down.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Mr. Paul, for the fruitful discussions regarding how can we actually prevent, or control the myopia from intervening into our life, affecting our life in a negative way. Yep. So thank you so much once again to Mr. Paul. Yeah, please take a rest. Yep.
Yeah.
Or you still have any other thing to share?
Oh, thank you very much. It's also a good opportunity to have me here to share with you guys, with the audience.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
I just try to contribute myself for my knowledge and also on behalf of ZEISS. This is what we believe. We believe is how can we use innovation and technology to make better, to make mankind have the better future.
Yeah,
So with
that's
that,
right.
Thank you very much.
That's right. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul, once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the myopia control. Yep.